Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Jeskai Monument. So, with Monument to Endurance really boosting all the discard decks, everybody's trying to run a cycling deck with this card, but there is another way to make this deck work, or make this card work, and that is with Guardian of New Benalia. Instead of trying to cycle and get value, you can always trigger the Monument by discarding to the Guardian. And the Guardian's discard is an unlimited ability, which means that we can discard, trigger it 3 times in a turn if we have that many cards in our hand. But one of the discard is to draw a card, or one of the triggers rather, so it's not going to be that difficult to pull that off. And then we really don't need to hit that many each opponent lose 3 life for us to win. So this deck is aiming to do just that. But as always, with decks that runs discards and the decks that runs a lot of things that fills into the graveyard, Abhorrent Oculus will be great in both casting or reanimating with Helping Hand and Recommission. Don't forget there's one other thing about the Monument to Endurance is that it could be brought back with Recommission. So if we can Recommission a Monument, oh boy, that's a turn 2 Monument into a turn 3 win the game somehow. I don't know how you can do it, but you know, it could work, right? You can Elegant Parlor, discard a Monument, turn 2, Recommission the Monument, turn 3, try to draw, you know, 2 or 3, well, try to discard a Fear, try to discard with a Fear, get a treasure, use that treasure and your 3rd mana to maybe play another Fear, maybe play Scrapwork Mutt, and then create another or draw another card or something. This is insane. This combo is so out of nowhere that it will catch a lot of opponents off guard and just beat them with the lose 3 life. Lose 3 life is not lose 2 life. I know that's how math works, but a lot of people see 2 and 3 being just 1 value different as not that much. But losing 2 life means that it has to take 10 triggers to kill an opponent from 20. Losing 3 life means only 7 triggers or 6 triggers if we attack once with a Guardian. And that's very easy to do with this deck. Or you can just burst lightning them. Right? So it's very easy to do with this deck to get 6 triggers. 6 triggers is a lot less than 10, and if you have 2 Monument out, that will be just 3 triggers on each. So yeah, that's now it's not even a question whether or not you can get that to pull. You can pull that off. It's just a matter of when. So let's talk about the whole deck list. So I don't want to talk about the curve because the curve is not how this deck is played, as you will see. What we need to do is on turn 2, these are strictly the plays that we want to make, right? Guardian of New Benalia, Scrapwork Mutt, or Fear of Missing Out. Somehow to get cards discarded into our graveyard, either to fuel the Abhorrent Oculus, or to discard the Abhorrent Oculus, the Monument to Endurance, or the Phyrexian Dragon Engine into the graveyard for us to then reanimate. The reanimating spells are for Helping Hands and for Recommission. So Helping Hands and Recommission both are very good at bringing back Oculus and Phyrexian Dragon Engine. 3 mana value 3 or less. Oculus, obviously, we know how good that is. You can also bring back Phyrexian Dragon Engine, which states if this creature enters from a graveyard, you may discard your hand and draw 3 cards. That's a discard trigger, and a 3-card draw that can all go into fueling the Monument. That's insanely good. So that's why the reanimating works really well with this deck. Recommission also brings back monuments, so if we accidentally discard a monument, or we intentionally discard a monument somehow through our discard triggers, we'll get that to work as well. And then, finally, our interactions. We got 4 Burst Lightning and 3 Torch Tower. These are very good interactions because Burst Lightning, obviously, early game you can kill those rats, and later on you can deal 4 damage to the face, you're flooded, and if you have a Torch to the Tower, you can sacrifice a Scrapwork Mutt or sacrifice Fear of Missing Out and deal 3 damage to something that you couldn't really kill otherwise. So then, that's kind of the whole non-land side. The lands in this deck is 22. You might think, hey, Jeskai, 3 color, only 22 lands. How can you pull that off? And here's how. If you look at this deck, only blue pip is the Abhorrent Oculus. So we don't actually have islands. Instead, what we're going to do is just use Verges. The 3 Flood Farm Verge and 3 River Pyre Verge that can get us blue, red, or blue-white mana. But the best thing about these Verges are the default color for Flood Farm is white. The default color for River Pyre is red. So both of these Verge will be able to play the cards that we actually want to play in this deck. And then if we really need to get Oculus and hardcast it, we can activate them with Plains, Swamps, or Elegant Parlor. Right, and then we also have 4 Inspiring Vantage. So right here, 4 Elegant Parlor. We also have 4 Inspiring Vantage and 3 Sunbillow Verge for the red-white mana, so which is our deck is mainly Boros. And then we have 3 Mycosynth Garden that if with flooding out with nothing else to do, we can use that to copy a Monument to Endurance, and then to basically makes it so this deck has 7 Monument to Endurance. And even better, the Mycosynth Garden is a filter land. You can tap one and tap to add 1 mana of any color. It does make our spell cost a little bit more, but since we don't have that many high mana value cards, we will be able to cast, you know, we can pay 2 mana for a Torch, pay 3 mana for a Fear. It's not the best thing, but it can get us there. That's the whole idea of this deck. Now let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is the Double Yacht. There's 2 of them. We go first. Helping Hand, Recommission, Fear, missing out. Maybe? I mean, we're going first. Let's see what we can do with it. What can we toss into... Oh, an Oculus. Okay, we're gonna be that deck today. We're gonna be that deck. Definitely not gonna be fun for our opponent. He sees a turn 1 Oculus into the graveyard. He's got a Hex Mage. That's definitely something. We're getting hexed. Let's help ourselves to a good old Aki. They're not gonna bounce a creature back in my hand, are they? Well, even if they do, I'd much rather they bounce the Helping Hand. That would help the Oculus. Pixie? How about you don't Pixie this? How about you got nothing to Pixie out, huh? Ever had that happen to you? Performance issues? Ah, GG. Get out of here, you stupid Pixie deck. Alright, our opponent is the Blacklisted. Oh, if he's already blacklisted, I'm afraid that we're gonna have an uphill battle. Well, this is a white mana. This is a colorless mana. So, literally can't play any of this. I do have an Oculus in hand. Fear. Mutt. Mutt can help us draw and discard a card. But that's about it. We can burn with Torch at the cost of 2 mana. So you know what? Okay. Maybe something will happen. We can already draw a card next turn, right? So, if not... well, I was going to say if nothing else, but... Hey! I guess there is nothing. Cool. So what do we drop here? Oculus or Monument? Probably drop the Oculus. Gonna be a while before we can... Oh, what the hell? Thanks! Thanks, deck! That makes me happy. Let's see what our opponent's gonna do. Optimistic Scavenger. And a Ruckus. Gonna be a big ol' Ruckus. I get another land. I mean... yeah, it is another land. Can I even... I guess I can Torch. Let's do the thing. Let's do the thing. If they have a land, Shelter by Ghost, and a protection spell, we're gonna get got. Monster's Rage. Well, you're gonna get got now. Pay red. Sack our Mutt. Guess what? No longer Optimist. I'll take that. That turns on all of my lands. You get to draw... Oh, wait. No, never mind. It just goes away. I should have thought about that. I guess we'll get a Helping Hand. They're not going to bounce it, but... It is what it is. Monument next turn into Phyrexian Dragon Engine a turn after. It's a turn. Oh, it's going to Ruckus again? Let's see, what are we doing here? Monument is nothing. 2 mana. Do they have like exile target attacking creature in this deck? With these colors? Right? I don't think so. Alright, let's get Monument to Endurance. Oh, another Oculus. Oh, they're gonna hate this. I guess they got blacklisted by Shuffler. And they're getting royally screwed. I mean, that Monstrous Rage on a creature was very greedy, and that was a bad play. Because if they had a Shelter and a Protection spell, I would not be able to kill it. But here we are. You can still play a creature in Shelter. That's definitely in the cards. But now we got 2 Dragon Engines. Discard 2 cards this way. Do we do that pre-combat or post-combat? Let's do that pre-combat. Should we? Is there anything I want to play pre-combat that matters? No, right? Down to 4. How about any cycling cards? What? Oh, from your graveyard. I read that wrong. Okay. Let's put the monument out. I thought it was just when it enters. It's only when it enters from your graveyard. Again, first time playing this deck. Not reading this at all. It didn't matter. I mean, okay. Not having lands also didn't hurt us either. I just turned cards sideways, I think. Right? None of this matters. What was he trying to do? He just sat there and just took everything until he died. Good game, I guess. Minus 11. Five lands, nothing. Literally blacklisted. Alrighty, our opponent is the Mad Holly. Oh, they're gonna be mad. Are we gonna go first? Are they gonna go first? Oh, we go first. Okay, we got a lot of things to put cards in the graveyard. Now I just hope they can do something. But we're going first. I'll keep this hand. If I get a Monument, a Dragon Engine, or an Oculus, this could work. I mean, there's like 12 cards out of the whole deck that can turn on this hand, so I don't think it's too bad. And they could be very aggressive. And that looks like Chandra. So another red deck. Just red deck today when I'm not playing, you know, a control deck. Fear is okay against red decks in the early games. It's gotta get outpaced real soon. Verge. Do we want this Verge? Does it do anything? We just need to draw as many cards as we want to get to the cards that we want. So we're gonna have to toss that Verge. Okay. So they're not what I think they are. They are Beanstalk deck. The Beanstalk Overlord. Drop our Dragon Engine, we get our Lightning Burst. Burst Lightning. What do we do next turn? Do we discard our whole hand? I don't want to do that without a Monument though. Got some pretty good cards in our hand. He gets a Plains. He gets a Gloomlake Verge. We got another Fear. Guess we'll just play another Fear, right? What do we have in the graveyard? Lands, artifact, creature. Let's get an instant in there. Right? Do we drop an instant in there? Drop a Burst Lightning. This is so weird, right? Dropping a Burst Lightning into the graveyard. Maybe I draw. You know what? I drop a Burst Lightning. I draw a land. Let's untap this. Second combat. Alright, I guess we'll discard our whole hand. Dragon Engine, please. Would you like to no more lies this? No, we'll discard our hand and draw 3 cards. Three of these cards. Take action. Alright, we get a Burst Lightning and more Fear. Can we just kill him with this Fear? What is this deck? They got a Fable, Experimental Augury, a Gloomlake Verge and a Plane. I have no idea what deck this is. What can I even do here? Turns out not much. Alright. Whenever it attacks for the first time, if there are 4 more cards in the graveyard, untap target creature after this is an additional combat phase. So, there's a trick to attacking with this. Unless they kill my engine. I untap the engine. They're gonna anoint it. Cool. I still get an additional combat phase, right? No? Oh, I guess it's on the stack, so it's gone. Let's Parlor. Oculus. Well, do I want to draw that Oculus, actually? Did I click OK? I don't know if I clicked OK. Then what do we do? We Mutt? No. This Mutt is unearthed. It just dies at the end of turn, so we Fear. But if I Fear, what do I... No, you know what? Gotta Fear it. Discard the Verge to draw a card. Union. Gains 7 life. That's a lot of life. And you can Fable into something. How many cards do I have in the graveyard? Not enough, I think. White mana, huh? Oh, it's another land. That's no good. Do we want to Mutt this? I want to play the Oculus this turn, right? So that's all of my mana. I feel like we just go in for the attack. I don't know if that mattered too much. It's down to 9. We will go with the Parlor first, see what we can toss. It's a land, good. And then this will cost all 4 mana. And I gotta exile 4 cards, or 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep the 2 Scrapwork Mutt. I may discard a card if I do draw a card. I don't have to discard a card. Ooh, another Oculus. Yeah, you know what? It's fine. If they board wipe, they board wipe, right? I can't stop that from happening with either card. Augury's not going to board wipe, and they got 2 lands left. Even if they have a temporary lockdown, they die to the burst. It was kind of a tricky situation, but it mainly happened because I don't know what our opponent's deck is doing. Seems like an Esper Control? Esper Control with 60 cards is weird. Like, in a current format, there's a lot of good cards, but they're all kind of slow for Esper if you want to play in a control. If they're Pixie, that would make sense, but Pixie does not run Union or Experimental Augury. So they could also be Planeswalkers or Mind Splice. Man, am I right? Oh, man. 3-color deck. I'm also playing a 3-color deck, but the Michelson Garden fixes a bit. Not much. Fixes a bit. But more importantly, we don't really have any blue spells. It's just Oculus. So that's kind of the trick, right? Is that the only blue mana, the blue source we get is from Garden and from the Verge. So all the other mana is just Boros. And they got 3 mana, which means they can't do anything to the whole board. They could, what's that called again? Split up? No, they can also just leave. Greatness at any cost. GG. Alrighty. Our opponent is Pabs 444. I mean, there's 4 4s, and he's playing a Chandra Avatar. I'm sure he's gonna be super aggro. So what do we do here? We toss the Oculus. Man, this land base also isn't fun. I guess we toss the Oculus, hope to get a reanimating spell. I don't think I'll toss the Dragon Engine just because it's, you know, not great early. And I don't want to discard my whole hand right away. You never know. Oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say there was another deck, but it seems like the same deck, just more annoying. Mutt. Toss the Oculus. We draw a Torch. We can definitely Torch the Scavenger if we need to. Nowhere to run. Cool. Gotta start killing right away. Okay. This happened before as well. I mean, I could play the Dragon Engine, but I won't be able to kill the Scavenger if it gets any bigger, so... You gotta do what you gotta do with the lands that are given. I mean, we got a discard target for fear of missing out, so that's something. Momentum break. Okay, we got a discard target already. Here's our monument to the endurance. That's a card we needed to throw out there. You can definitely just bounce it. But there's no removal in their deck. It just bounces. If they're gonna keep bouncing it, you know, it is what it is, but I can live with it. I think we discard a torch. Just gonna keep playing. How many discounts can they have? At some point, he's just gonna make me discard, and the monument's gonna help us get there, right? Pixie? What can you Pixie? The momentum breaker? That's gonna help us, if anything. He's gonna play? He's gonna shelter. Okay. Well, unfortunately, this is gonna be an issue. It won't let me target a fear. I need a land. I didn't get a land. I get another monument. I mean, it is what it is, you know? Mana screwed. I've drawn 8 lands out of 12 cards, and I've drawn 3 lands out of 13 cards. Arena experience 101 here. But hey, at some point he's going to make us discard, right? Oh, we also draw a land. That's very helpful. So now we can burst lightning the Pixie. Huh. I could do that. I could just do this first. It'll give me a treasure. Discard a card to draw a card. I get a treasure. And then I can burst lightning the Pixie in response to stuff. I don't know. This is the only discard that I have. Maybe I hold on to that. I'll take this damage too. This small amount of damage is not the end of the world. And I need to know what he does. Target your Pixie. I'll pay the ward. Do they have anything else? Like a bounce spell? I mean, even if they have a bounce spell, right? Like, I still get the Pixie out of the board so my monument does stuff. What does he have? He has an instant or flash speed spell. Maybe it's a nowhere to run. Nowhere to run is not that good. I guess we sit here and wait for His Majesty to make up his mind. Wow, he bounced both of those? Okay. If I play this, can I Dragon Engine? I can Dragon Engine, drop a card, and draw 3 cards. I get 2 treasure. I think that's pretty good, right? Unearth, can't counter it. And he can't shelter both of my monuments, so, you know. This fills up my hand pretty nicely. And I guess I'm gonna get 2 treasures so that I can do other stuff. I can also use a treasure for the Mutt if I want to draw 2 more cards. Come on, make your play. Pass for 4/4. Do they have like a nowhere to run or something? Take action. Okay. Guess we'll create a treasure. It's kind of all dead cards, huh? Do I want to draw a card? What do I do by drawing a card? What kind of mana base can I use on? That's kind of weird, right? Because he's gonna Pixie and take out one of the monuments. How much do I care about that? You know what? Just card draw. Yeah, that's fine. It does nothing to me. I'm not trying to kill him with the engine here. Well, I draw 2 cards. They were pretty dead cards. There's 7 cards in the graveyard, so... Oh! What? I mean... Okay, I was surprised for a second, but that makes sense. What am I thinking? Alright, that makes sense. It makes perfect sense. But the momentum breaker here also doesn't make much sense, because I would love to discard a card from my hand. Let's get a treasure instead of drawing a card. It might matter. The extra mana might matter. I'm gonna mutt. Oh, Helping Hand. Oh boy. Helping Hand is Oculus. So... Wait a minute. Let's just turn everything on first, right? Maybe there's another card I want to put in the graveyard? Not right now, but that's pretty useful. I mutt, I get a treasure, and I can cast the Oculus. I pay for this, then I mutt, I get 2 treasures. Nothing activated yet, right? Yeah, I played this, I pay for mutt, it's paying with my... That's so weird. Red. White. Discard a card. We'll draw a card. And then we get 2 triggers. Let's get a card draw. And let's get a card draw. I don't need that many treasures. I just need the 1 treasure to do this. I don't need to do that right now. Let's attack first. It's not gonna block. It's not gonna block. Oculus. Triggers. Oh, get a torch. I'm not gonna bounce that back to my hand, but you know, we're filling up our graveyard pretty nicely. 9 cards in the graveyard. I don't know what that deck has against these monuments, because they're really gonna just get them. 3 damage attack incoming. That part makes sense. He's got a full speed ahead. Yep. You got a bunch of useless cards. Oh! If you think that will help. Could have returned 2 nowhere to runs. That might be able to, you know, kill the Oculus at least. Dude. Oh, yeah, that kills the Oculus. I forgot that moment. I always think when a Momentum Breaker just does the thing, I always think it's just gonna make me discard a card. Okay, well, you learn something every day. So let's go Fear first. Discard a card this way. Oh boy, okay. Let's draw a card. Yeah, let's just go with the card draw. Don't really need the treasure. Okay, I can use 1 treasure. I guess I didn't need that treasure anyways. I can play this land. Play another monument. And then we can now recommission the Oculus. It's a 6/6. How many times can you do this? How many discounts do they have? I actually don't have any more discards. Oh, never mind. There it is. This is a discard, and then another discard later. That seems fire. I could just discard it and bring it back for a double strike. But double striking on a 6 is better, right? So let's do that. Also does 9 damage. Untap my Oculus, please. So I guess he's hoping to bounce my Oculus so that he has a flyer attack. But even with that, I don't know if that does much. Alright, let's go. Second Fear. Oh, I could have won this turn. Can I go full control? Nope, cannot do it. That was a mistake. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Lose 3 life. Lose 3 life. Lose 3 life. Two damage to your face. I could have Mycosynth Garden the Monument. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I forgot he had the life gain. Well, kicking it wouldn't have helped either way. So now I can recommission another Oculus. I get 2 Oculus triggers. And look at our board. How did they plan to get out of that? Alright, I guess copying the Mycosynth Garden would not have been a good plan if that was the case. We GG again anyways. He still wants to try this out. I don't know why. What's he gonna bounce? He's nowhere to run? Kill one of our stuff? Bounce the Shelter? Give us back our 4th Monument? We drew all 4. We got 23 cards left. The great thing about a Monument is you don't always have to draw. Right? You could just, you know, make him lose life. That's a lot. There's a Shelter. You can only shelter one of these things. It doesn't have Overload. Can you imagine if Shelter by Ghost had Overload? I'm giving Wizards ideas. Oh my god. Why are you still playing this? You still here? Can I flip any of these? Okay, you got that Oculus. Actually, I could just do this. What am I doing? I'm sorry. Alright. Why didn't it let me... Oh, I didn't have a card in hand. Yeah, I knew that was happening. GG. I thought those were cards in my hand. This game didn't take too long. Alright, our opponent is SR Goyes. What's Goyes? Well, whatever it is, he's letting us go first. Got 2 Guardians. Pyre and Verge. Okay. We will see what we can do with it. Definitely don't want 2 Guardians. Maybe one can enlist the other. Mold out of 5, huh? Oh boy. The Brune of Melted Sleeve. Novice Inspector, you say? Let's just kill that. Burst Lightning. Where are all the cards? Take 2. Second Guardian. Oh yeah, we're really guarding now. Resolute Reinforcement. Cool. I mean, I don't think we can beat that with this hand, that deck. No matter what our opponent's draw is. Just, we draw some very weak cards. It could go off very quickly here, but it could also not go off very quickly. So, I think we just take this damage. Well, no, that's not true. I think we block. Because if I'm gonna kill it, might as well discard a card to kill it. Right, turn my helping hand into a removal. It's something. Oh boy. Do I just hold back and not attack? No, I want to... Yeah, I want to attack. Attack with 1. Discard a monument. Let's recommission the monument. I can play this burn spell if I need to, right? That's the plan anyways. Oh, never mind. I guess their draw was way worse than ours. Like, we didn't have anything until we draw the monument. Alright, our opponent is BS Tech. Hey, I'm the one playing BS Tech. Opponent goes first. Cool. Another white deck. Ah, we gotta burn something off right away. Guess I don't have to do this right now. See what he plays turn 2. Essence Channeler, yeah. See? It's a good thing I waited. We take the 1. Go to Fear. We shall discard our Oculus. Get another Fear. I mean, just Inspiring Vantages, 1, 2, 3. We'll Fear again, I guess. Sanguine Evangelist. Pretty good. And the Vanguard's a 2-2. We'll get a Burst Lightning. Burst Lightning doesn't do it here. So, I mean, I'm playing this Vantage anyways. Then we're playing Fear. Yeah, I think we're playing Fear first. Then we're discarding the Phyrexian Dragon Engine. It's not gonna make it go to 4, I think. Nope, it's only 3. So we'll attack for 1. I guess I had to Burst Lightning something, right? But what though? The Vanguard? No, if he wants to attack, his Vanguard will have to die. Oh, come on. Nope, don't do me like this, deck. Draw and discard a card, or discard a card to draw a card. Torch. That's pretty important. Pretty important. Let's wait till the combat to do it. Well, if I don't wait till combat, I can double attack with the Fear, right? Oh, do I want to double attack with the Fear? Just an off chance that I can kind of burst them? I think so. If you have another Linden. Bargain to kill the Linden. Torch. That torch is getting discarded. I might need to use it, so... It's kind of tricky. Yeah, I might need to use it. We'll see. If I don't need to use it, I don't mind discarding the torch. That's the plan, right? I do this again and bring him down to less life. There's 2 additional combat phases because I triggered it twice. There's another Linden. Yep. Kind of saw that coming. So good. It's a good thing I did not waste it. Okay, so I do need a torch. I guess we will do this and not discard. Decline. Kill it again. Recommission. That's a good card to get. Putting his Vanguard back. What can I bring back? In the graveyard. There's an Oculus. Maybe I don't bring back the... no, Dragon Engine draws me 3 cards. I think it's pretty relevant here. And that's very greedy up front. So, now that he did that, he gains a life, yeah. But the Oculus is gonna get him. So, let's recommish. Maybe I get another reanimating spell. Yes, I'll discard my hand and draw 3 cards. I don't get another reanimating spell. Oh, I could put the monument, right? Nothing's stopping me from doing that. I can also attack with this. He can block if he wants, but he will lose his shelter. Yeah, he doesn't do it. And I'll also keep the flood farm in case I have to discard it. Leyline. Well, he gains a little bit of life, but he's not at 27, so don't care about that at all. Another Oculus. So first we fear. Alright, first we fear. Do we attack first? Is attacking better? This is like 85 damage on a double striker. Yep, there's a chump. Then I attack again. There's another chump. And then we play the sphere. Discard the Fluff Farm Verge to draw a card. But on that discard, I get to create a treasure. I think I need to create a treasure, right? I can Guardian, but I think Oculus is better right now. One, two, three, four, five, 6. I will no longer get the fears. I wasn't even looking at the fears triggers. I think it's fine. We got creatures, instant sorcery. I just need an artifact in the graveyard. Yeah, GG. His life gain's no match for my pressure. G to the G. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you saw those Jeskai Monument games, how does this deck feel? Isn't it insane how quickly the Monument to Endurance overwhelms our opponent? And the best thing about this deck is that we don't just win with Monument, right? We have 3 ways to win. 3 ways that are very quick. Oculus, which builds up a big board and it's very difficult to handle. Phyrexian Dragon Engine, which, if we're able to bring it back from Recommission, is a 3/3 double strike. That's a big beast stick, and that's pretty hard for most opponents to fight. And then the Monument, of course, drains a lot, draws a lot of cards, give us treasure so that we can keep churning through our deck. And so any one of these 3 can win us the game, but the combination of all 3 really gets us there. And the best thing about this deck that I haven't really talked about is that it gets around Graveyard Hate. Not entirely, but it does a little bit, right? So the reanimating spells, obviously, it's great with it's great around, not great around. Graveyard Hate is great against, but that's not the only package. So if we have these reanimating spells and our opponent plays Rest in Peace or Leyline Bevoy, and we couldn't get rid of those, that's fine. We never get to hardcast Oculus. We can still hardcast Phyrexian Dragon Engine just for a 2/2 beast stick. And whenever we fear or Scrapwork Mutt, we can discard these cards and draw the other cards that we might need in this deck. It's definitely not as good, but it can still get us there, and that's what matters. So it's not an instant auto loss against Graveyard Hate, but if they don't have Graveyard Hate, all the reanimation is so quick. We can easily discard with all of our turn 2 plays. We can easily interact with our opponent's burn spells with our 1 mana interactions, and we are gonna overrun them so quick. And you saw in all those games, that's exactly what happened. Very strong deck, top of the top tiers, I believe. And that's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.